I mean, it's a full sandwich when you take 3 pieces like I do. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of
Espookys Talk.
That's right, everyone. Your favorite Espookys podcast is back. My name's Arturo, and I'm here, as always, with the bruja herself, the one, the only, Eva.
Hey everybody. Today's cosmic forecast has a theme. So as you know, today is August 15th. 2025. If you didn't, well, now you know. Hopefully most of you are listening on your way to work. That's at least how I intended it to be. But if not, well, hopefully it's still August 15th.
If not, get with the program, guys. Come on.
So our theme is the tipping point of the truth.
Ooh.
Isn't that intriguing?
Totally.
So as you know, we're still in Leo season, but the sun is also in Leo. So what that means is that we're at a roaring peak. Now, if you were wise, you listened to our post about the Lion Gate and you manifested a way for abundance. Because it is the season. That's what we do during Leo season. As you know, and I've mentioned it for the 4th time on our podcast here, that I am a Leo rising. So, Of course, I manifested in the Lion's Gate, and hopefully all of my wishes come true. We shall see.
Nice.
But with this tipping point of truth, it's about owning your truth, being authentic, even when you think that you might not want to be. You know, have you ever woken up and was like, oh man, life requires this? Well, it kind of doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
That's my daily.
You're supposed to be authentic. You're supposed to be in your own radiance.
Oh.
You know, maybe today instead of stepping down, you step up.
I do vast in my glory.
Change it up.
I like it.
Celebrate yourself. Be a little unapologetic for being authentic. Now, this doesn't mean be disrespectful to others, but if it's coming from the heart, value those around you, because you never know what might happen tomorrow. So just take advantage of today. That's the truth there. Moving forward, going into emotions, right? The moon is in Scorpio, which means that if something is bothering you, please let it go. If you didn't listen to our other podcasts that were pretty much saying the same thing, this is your last chance. Get rid of it. Write it down. Burn up the piece of paper. Don't burn your house down unless you want the firemen to come. I don't blame you.
Dang.
That's how I feel about that.
Lori likes firemen too, so it's okay.
It's all good.
Invite her over.
Invite her over. Also, be learning from your goals and your mistakes. If you're not meeting your goals, adjust your goals so that you are able to meet them, be successful in them. But also through your mistakes, value them, reflect. Reflecting is such a good skill. We should all be doing it. And of course, we're doing something a little different. Talking about how Venus is in a Cancer.
Ooh.
And so the soul connection vibes are out there. So for all of you single people like me, it's our time to shine. So it's Friday today, which means you better be out trying to meet people, doing something different.
Single and ready to mingle.
If the internet is your vibe and dating apps, which are not for me, learn that the hard way. If that's your thing, hit somebody up, go out for a walk, go to the park, grab some food.
I like it.
Get out there. There's someone out there for everybody. So, don't be desperate either, though. Keep your standards. Keep your standards, okay?
Be select.
But it's out there. The stars are in our favor. So, never know. I guess, because that includes me. Maybe I'll be in downtown Mountain View.
Boom.
Sunnyvale. Just take the VTA.
There you
go.
See
where it goes. So many
See
options.
who it brings you. Oh, yeah. I like it.
But also, I wanted to do a tarot pool for the collective. So we are all a collective. And the cards that were pulled were the Lovers and the Judgment card, which are major arcana. So the energy is intense. And if your sole purpose is to find your person and you've made that bold, powerful choice, everything is on your side. Let's go.
Let's go. I like
Watch
it.
I get out there and go home and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that was a waste of time. Oh, I just think it was crazy that the energy is just so great, so cosmic, right? Just really working in single people's favors. But also, it is a karmic checkpoint. So if you're looking for growth, this is a great way to keep doing what you're doing or adjusting. But if you're not, be ready for karma to come after you, which means that you might be frustrated. You might be trying to do something and it's not turning out the way you want to. So you're definitely going to be tested. And testing could be like being tempted with a habit that you're trying to break. You know, for me, it's my bed is my best friend. Love to nap, so definitely gonna be tempted. It's gonna be like a hammock at the park or something. I'll be like napping right there.
I'm not getting into my habits, guys. They've been broken.
They've been broken?
Yes.
Sweet. You'll see it though. It'll be like, come back. And if you are an avid crystal user, crystals are your thing. The crystals aligned with our cosmic forecast are obsidian, moonstone, and lapis lazuli. Did I pronounce that right? Lazuli?
You got me.
Lapis lazuli. So the obsidian is for truth and psychic protection. So if you are like me and you have done, or you've activated it, or just going through some stuff, make sure that you carry some obsidian with you. Moonstone for emotional clarity and divine feminine wisdom.
So that means I gotta get in touch with my feminine side?
Absolutely.
Boom.
You know, that's what's calling to you. Go for it. Lapis lazuli for inner vision. So if you're feeling a little lost, a little disconnected, but also communication from within your soul.
I like that.
You know, some people need help with knowing what it is that they want to move forward with. Not meaning that you're completely lost, but maybe you just feel like you're not challenging yourself enough. You know, transformation's important. And with that, our affirmation: I release what no longer reflects who I am being. I aligned with truth, love, and divine timing. See, single people, let's get out there.
I like that. And there it is, guys. The cosmic forecast.
Woo!
Yeah. Guys, before we jump into today's meat and potatoes, you all know from our last episode that we went on an Espookys road trip, the very first Espookys road trip, and it did not disappoint. I had such a good time, especially when we hit Vegas, you know what I'm saying? And I am now an award-winning dancer. But anyways, that's for another story.
A story for another day.
What I need to tell you guys is we have a special shout out to those who made it possible. During my birthday, I threw my Venmo out there and told everybody that we were going to be doing an Espookys road trip. And a lot of people actually contributed to our trip. They made it possible. They made it happen.
Oh, we love you.
So really quick, I just want to say, Jimmy N, Christy L, Joaquin M from back in the day,
Woo.
Shauna B, Jeff C, and of course, Jenny G. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for believing in us, for the contributions, and helping us make it happen.
Absolutely. I hope we don't disappoint. And with that, I want to jump in with part 2 of the Clown Motel.
The Clown Motel, guys.
So as you can imagine, from day one, night one, I should say, I was exhausted. Okay.
To say the least, right?
Yeah, from waking up, feeling like I'm being watched. I was in fear of not spirits visiting my dreams or being possessed. Like that was my biggest fear. And so I just kept reminding myself that I am protected and doing everything in my power to keep not only myself safe, but everyone around me. And yes, every time I woke up, the cat toys were going off. We were visited by spirits.
So crazy.
And it was so many times. I want to say it was closer to 18. But on the second night, after having a really nice conversation with my brother, shout out to my brother for being there for me, even though he's not a believer himself. He's there for me and supports me and all the things that I do. But we were having a really good conversation, and he says, and I quote, anything Espookys happen yet? And the lights leave. It is pitch black and I'm outside looking at the Tonopah Cemetery. And
freaky.
So about, I want to say 3 seconds went by before the generator kicked on. And my brother goes, hello? Did we get disconnected? And I was like, no, I'm right here, but I wish we were on FaceTime because you won't believe what just happened. And
that is just the tip of the iceberg of all the different energies and things and things that happen to us. You know?
Right.
It's crazy.
And so he's, you know, I'm laughing. I can't even get it together because I just know he's not going to believe me because he's so logical that to him it's like it's just a coincidence. And I'm like, okay, like I can't argue that. It's by logic. Yes, you're absolutely right. So I'm like, dude, the lights just went off. Like the generators just kicked in right now, but like it was pitch black out here right when you said that. Like talk about great timing. And we laughed. And then we went to bed. And all of a sudden, I want to say it was pretty late, but I was so tired that I wasn't fully awake. Like my eyes weren't fully open, and I threw off the top cover because it was so hot. It was
getting hot in there.
But I had the sheet because I just felt comfort sleeping with the sheet. Like that's just the way I sleep, I guess. And I went back to sleep. But then it got really, really cold. Like super cold. And I was like, okay. And that could mean that there's a spirit present. But someone covered me. And I was so exhausted and so tired that I like mumbled thank you. Because I figured it was one of my loved ones in the room with me.
Nope.
You know, alive. And when I wake up in the morning and I talk to Arturo, right? I talked to Arturo about it. He continued, you know, he tells me that it got really cold in there. So you turned off the AC.
Yep.
So that's what, you know, some time passed by, I'm guessing, and I got hot. And then you turned it back on.
True.
But, you know, you didn't cover me.
Nope.
So at that point, I was like, thank you, spirits, for taking care of me.
Dang.
I appreciate it. They truly were visitors. So no, I did not feel haunted.
They were jokesters, though. I told everybody that the night that we were talking about, our first night, that when I got there, I plugged in my iPhone and it started to charge. And you guys, you have to picture this room. It's like a regular motel room.
Right.
You walk through the door, there's 2 beds, and the back of the room is the bathroom. I mean, that's pretty much it. So I was closest to the door. I plugged it in. I walked back to the bathroom where everybody was. And when I came back, the phone wasn't just unplugged, that the plug was literally on the table.
Yeah.
Trippy. The second night, he unplugged it again.
No.
Yes, but he didn't put it on the table. It was just kind of, I plugged it in. The phone was charging. I'm looking at the phone. I always make sure it's charging. And I set it down. And the plug was pulled out. You know what I mean? Just enough to where there was no power. I was like, get out of here, dude. Jokesters.
Ooh.
But you're right. It didn't feel scary.
No.
You know what I mean? But there was definitely energy shifts.
For
there was
sure.
so many different type of presence there. It was interesting. That was I've never experienced it like that.
That second night was a little different in the sense that I don't know if I was just so exhausted and just was just too tired. Like my body was like, no, we got to sleep. But I just, maybe because nothing too wild happened night 1 other than like feeling the presence and waking up.
And the door locking behind me.
And the door locking behind you. But other than that, like it was some pretty good sleep. But I think also we were just like in our power. Does that make sense? Like we made it through night 1. So night 2, but I think maybe night 3 would have been.
Maybe a little too much.
Maybe.
Well, not only that, guys, but close to Tonopah itself, we actually did a little more traveling. And
we sure did.
And we headed down to the ghostly remains of Goldfield, Nevada.
And it was a lovely ghost town. A ghost town that still breathes.
Yeah.
And so as we were there, I thought it was really cute because we saw donkeys everywhere.
So let me tell you the donkey story.
Okay, yeah, you kind of do.
I was explained that the donkeys themselves, who now roam around and are kind of wild, used to be the donkeys used for the mines. You know, they were work animals. And when it turned into a ghost town and things, some of these people couldn't take their livestock with them, you know, because they were going to travel hundreds of miles and et cetera. And they just let them free. And they just roam around.
I mean, people did that with pigeons. Yeah, they used to be carrier pigeons and they'd send messages and then they just kind of said, all right, pigeons be free. And now they're out there in the world with no love, except for the, like grandparents, I would say, you know, older folk.
Yeah.
Nothing but love. Okay. Nobody come after me. Going to go throw bread at them, which isn't good for them. Please just take like,
oh my God,
bird food.
Okay.
PETA's going to be so happy with me.
Maybe we'll get a sponsor out of this.
Right? Bird food.
But, you know, it was such a booming mine town that they had, you know, all those things, but it just turned to a ghostly relic.
Yeah.
It's just...
I mean, gold was discovered in 1902.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was actually a really popular town because they were like, oh, let's go mine for gold. They had newspapers and banks and a mining exchange, and
it was big. It was booming.
They were booming. Mm-hmm. And they even had bistro lighting outside, which is like kind of
wasn't heard of at that time, huh?
They were like, oh, we fancy out here.
Dang, bougie.
But then in 1912, things weren't going great. So in 1913, not only was there the devastating flood, but also a moonshine-related fire by 1923. And so that's why it's a little ghost town.
Wow.
With like, I don't know, how many people did we see there? Like 10?
Come on, there's like almost 12, I think.
There was such little people. Like, it almost felt like a set to like a movie or something.
But those who were there, they really, it was weird. They like truly belonged there. You know what I mean?
Like part of a set.
Yes.
They felt like characters of a movie.
They were into it, and you could tell that they really loved being there.
Yeah, in a great way though. Yeah. Like, again, no shade being thrown. It was like they were characters of a movie in the sense of how authentic they were. Yeah. This place is very authentic.
It was cool, and there's a lot of places there that I think that a lot of people feel are haunted. I hate to use that word, but do you know what I mean?
We really like visitors now.
Visited, whatever. But that they feel that those places are haunted. They honestly feel that they're the tragedy and the history and everything combined with the energy of the area itself, not just the town and the buildings and those kind of things. But like I was mentioning in the last episode, that a lady was telling us that just the terrain and the weather patterns there cause a lot of electrical storms, and it creates more energy, and that the spirits feed off of it. They're more active.
Right.
Yeah.
Good timing then.
Good timing.
Which is interesting because as we were driving by and entering the ghost town of Goldfield, there was an interesting little boutique, and it was very cute. And of course, we like a good photo op, right? And there was a donkey that you could write in chalk like your name, and it was asking for it. So of course, we were on a road trip. We have to do these things. These are road trip essentials. And so we wrote Espookys on there, spooky stock on there, as well as our names. And then the boutique really called to me. Like, the energy was inviting me over. It's almost like old school cartoons where you see the finger kind of like drawing you in. It's usually like a pie on a windowsill.
Dude,
but
that's not what happens to me. It's always that little bull skull that goes, "You'll be sorry." That's what happens to me, man.
Here's more of a warning. Mine was inviting me in. There was no pie. There was no windowsill. That was the only disappointment.
Oh, man.
But I walked in and we met Adrian, who was a total delight. Really loved living there as we got to,
Shout out to Adrian.
Absolutely. Chop it up with her. And she was telling us about how she's a member of the Historical Society. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And she loves it. Like, and she wasn't originally from there. She actually moved there because it was just calling to her. And so as we were talking to her, she told us that she can do a ghost tour. And we were like, no.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we were like, please take us on this journey.
And tell them where this tour was.
This tour was to a haunted high school.
Get out of here, guys. If you don't know, we work at a school.
Yes, we do.
We work at a school. So that when she said that, I'm like, how is the cosmos just bringing us right to this lady who wants to take us to the haunted school?
Yes. And how do we even start talking about that? You know, like
nuts.
Everything just started to fall into place. So as we're doing this journey, like, and this opportunity falls into our laps, of course we have to take it. So she tells us that the only thing is that we'd have to wait until 5 p.m. when she closes the boutique. And I was like, okay, that seems fair. We will wait. And of course, it's like lunchtime. So we go and venture into the town. The town is more of a weekend thing. Like a lot of people work during the weekends because that's when they get a lot of visitors. So we kind of gave ourselves a tour with a map that we got for a donation to the society. And we want to go check things out. And of course, as you guys know, I really love supporting all firefighters out there in the world. So I saw a firehouse.
You just like to oogle all the firefighters out there in the world.
And I was like a firefly to a light.
Yeah, you were.
And unfortunately, the little museum, because it's a museum at this point, it was closed.
Yeah.
So I just did some window peeking, admired all the old school fire trucks in there that were stored. It's memorabilia.
I wish, oh my gosh, you guys, I really wish that this was all video and that you could see that she's doing a little peeking, like she's looking through I can't even look at her right now. Your little hand.
Peekaboo.
Oh my goodness. It's so, okay, go on.
And then across the street was the police station. And then I saw a building and the architecture was beautiful. And I had to like run over there. So I started running over there to check it out. And it was fenced off. So I was respectful and like lurking around. When I noticed that the door was open, peeked inside and I was like, oh, this building is great. And I was like, oh, I could definitely feel some energy. I was like, hello? Anyone in there? And there were some construction workers. That's why the doors were open. When Arturo tells me, guess what building you're looking at? Because there was a signage that I had missed because I was so excited.
Yep.
The high school.
The high school.
It was the high school.
Calling to you.
Calling to me. And I needed to go inside.
Yeah.
It was so wild to me how we ended up there. The energy was that strong there.
Something was definitely taking you to that school.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, and there were some places when we got inside that school, and I'll let you kind of talk about it a little bit, but it was just, there was some energy in there that was just redunculous. It was nuts. I myself don't feel a lot of things like you do. Mm-hmm. Although I feel like there's something that I get little glimpses. There was one room, guys, and I'm just going to bring it up. I know I'm probably talking out of turn, but I'm just I can't believe it.
I mean, we're already there.
Yeah, I know. So we were in this high school, and there was a room connected to the principal's office. And it was like a closet. And inside this closet was one chair. And it was said that this principal of the school, that's where he would actually seat students who had discipline issues, who were having problems and stuff. So I walk into that room and I immediately, the hairs started standing up my arms, just chills, anger. I felt anger, you know? And when I left, I was like, Eva, you gotta check it out. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I feel it from here. And you wouldn't go anywhere near that door.
No. I could feel the energy when we walked in. Right away, I was like, I was like, oh, that's probably where they kept like files and stuff.
Nope.
Like maybe there's a ghost in the room, a visitor in the room. A ghost
I wish
in
you
the
would have
room.
seen the inside, because the inside was it's like a narrow hallway, but it wasn't a hallway like you would walk through the hallway. It was a hallway right to left. It was very shallow.
Yeah.
But long on right to right and left. On one side was a bunch of shelves that looked like they had been destroyed. And on the other side, I'm not lying to you, was just one chair. One lonely chair, which where the kids obviously sat, and it was creepy. It was creepy.
Yeah, and I'm sure like some things were kept in there, right? But I could just feel the energy. It was like high disturbance. And, back when it was built in 1908 and it was closed in the 1950s, I'm sure regulations in schools were a lot different, right? So I could only imagine what the poor students went through.
Oh, man. Talking about what those poor students went through, as we were going through and we went down to the lower levels, right?
Right.
They were down in the below in the a basement area where the elementary school is. There's where the exits to the outside were.
Right.
And that's where they also had, so that's where they would have their little areas that they're like their PE type stuff they would play outside. But that's where they had their boys' locker room. Adrian actually told me that if you had it, she wouldn't go in there either.
I know.
And she said, if you want to go in there, that's where people say they felt the most activity. I am the only person of our entire group that went into that room.
Because what did I tell you?
That you weren't going in there.
I was like, okay, I need everyone to understand. I was outside of the doorway into this boys' locker room, and I just could not enter because it was almost as if my ancestors were hugging me and like begging me not to go in. So I listened to it because I was already too exhausted to fight anything off. Does that make sense? I was too exhausted from the night before that my ancestors were like, don't do it, because spirits can possess your body when you're not like 100%. You know what I mean?
I get you. Have you ever seen Ghost Adventures with Zach? What's his name? So
no, I wanted to, but I won't watch it alone.
Okay. Well, he goes and they visit a lot of different places, and like whether it's BS or not, right? They're very good at kind of the story and things, but they always get like sensations, like emotions when they go into places.
Oh.
So they always say, oh, I feel this and I feel that, and I've never really experienced that. I was the only one that went into that boys' locker room.
Right.
And when I went in, I felt sad. I felt sadness. And then I felt anger. And it was overcoming to the point where I know you guys saw me get out of there quick.
Yeah.
But when I was in there looking around, I was like, dude, like I felt sad, and then I started to get angry, and I had to leave. I can only imagine what kind of torturous activity happened in that with some of these kids, or worse. I don't know, but man, I've never felt emotion going into a place like that, and it hit me hard. And I was like, wow, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, it's kind of like the Ouija board.
Yeah.
Like I felt a sensation that I knew it wasn't normal.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I'm not used to it, whatever. I don't know if they were trying to tell me something. I don't know if they were trying to pull me in. I don't know if they want to use my body. I don't know nothing, yo.
There was too much going on.
It's just too much going on that I was like, 1, 2, 3, bye-bye. And I was gone.
And I see, like, now thinking about it, I'm a little disappointed. Like, I wish I would have gone in, but at the same time, I got to know my limits. You know what I mean?
You got to take care of you, yo.
Right. And so
you're our bruja. What are we going to do without you?
But just to clarify for everybody so that you can envision what this high school looks like. And I'm sure, you know how to use Google, but when you park your car and you walk in, they're like probably like, I don't know, 15 steps upward. And that's the first floor, and that's the middle school. And then you go upstairs a floor, and it's the high school. So that's where I finally knew Adrian was so good at letting us know upperclassmen. They're at the upper floor. Just makes so much sense. So at the bottom, that like a basement area, is elementary school. And see, when we went into the girls' locker room, the energy was different. Like, yeah, you could still feel a sensation, but it was different. But next to the girls' locker room, really nearby, is a boiling room. Because, this is 1903. They actually had a
coal chute.
Thank you. A coal chute, right?
Yeah.
So they were able to warm up the entire place, right? By burning coal, which I was like, okay, that's cool. Innovation here. Let's go. And before we knew what had happened, Adrian was like, you guys can go in if you'd like to. And Adrian was hesitating. And so I took that as, uh-oh. But I took a deep breath and walked inside and immediately wanted to cry in a tiny little ball and be at home. What I saw was a very scared little boy, not in a corner of the coal room, but more towards the middle, but in like a fetal position, staring right back at me. And I wanted to do everything I could to get the little boy spirit out of there, because I just felt so bad. And so Adrian goes into telling us what had occurred. Of course, I definitely left the room because I was just so sad. The little face of disappointment. Nobody came to rescue him. Deep breaths.
Oh, man.
So what ended up happening is they're not quite sure how the little boy ended up exploring into that room. And then there was a delivery truck that came and delivered the coal through the chute from the upper floor. And they just kind of dump it down. So he was buried through the coal. Didn't find him until about 3 months later. Saddest thing I've ever heard. And so by that point was like the closure of our ghost tour. And I just wanted to get out of there because I was just so sad. It was really hard to focus to everything else that Adrian was telling us because my heart was just broken. I can't believe that the little soul still wanders there. Another thing that was horrific to me was when we were exploring the upper floor, I looked to my right from reaching the top of the staircase, and there was a porcelain doll that was up to my knees. Okay. I'm like,
that doll was great.
5'5", and that doll, it was a porcelain doll.
Oh my goodness, guys.
So I was already horrified because I don't, you guys know my story about when I had a porcelain doll.
Yep.
If you don't know, go find that episode. And I was already scared, tired, could feel all of the energy being pulled in different directions.
That doll was crazy.
And Adrian goes, "Oh, don't worry about her. She just moves around." What? What do you mean it just moves around?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
The crazy thing about this doll, guys, when you walk into this place is it's from 1907. It is beat up and part of the wall had collapsed and they're renovating. So they're doing all these things and there's holes everywhere and the animals come in, birds and things covered in dust and bird poop and you name it. And this doll was pristine. The doll didn't have any dust on it.
No.
The doll didn't have any dirt, wasn't grimy, wasn't broken, wasn't cracked. It looked pristine. And then, I don't know, we walked by it. There it stood. Hey, how you doing? And we walked by it. And when we came back, that doll was in a different spot.
Yes, she was.
And we were the
closer to our exit.
Yes, and we were the only ones in that place.
Yep.
And that tripped me. And then I walked up to it. Do you remember?
You walked up to her and I was like, absolutely not. I wouldn't.
I got right into its face and I got super close. I'm talking, I just had to look into its eyes and things like that. Yeah, thing tripped me out.
Guys. I was hoping that you would lift up the skirt to see if she was like on wheels or something.
No way, man. No.
Because I'm like, okay, if you don't know what porcelain dolls, like how they stand up, right? They have like a stand. And the stand is around their waist.
Dude, there was no stand
and
there.
It's like a hook.
Yo, there was no stand there.
Stop.
There was no stand on that thing. There was no stand on that thing. I promise you. Because I was close enough to look at its feet and you could see the bottom of the stand because that's just how it went. There's a base to the stand. There was no stand on that thing.
Just, And part of me wanted to take her home a little bit.
Oh my goodness gracious. Not in my car.
Take her Take her to school with me.
Not in my car. You better FedEx that. Shoo.
Just kidding. I wouldn't even go near it.
Oh my gosh, guys. That was a trip though.
It was. It was definitely interesting. And so Adrian works at the Rusty Cove Boutique, also / Goldfield Inn. Please go check them out if you're ever there. She's amazing. They have really cool things. And check out this ghost tour.
Yeah. It was cool. The Goldfield Stop In is actually pretty cool too, guys. I got to tell you, it's nestled right there in the heart of the Goldfield Historic District. And if you really want to check this place out and see the world's greatest gold camp, and it was once also the largest city in Nevada, I got to tell you that it's super preserved. It's a great little piece of history. And you could stay in these cabins and things that were there in its heyday.
Yeah. That was
just,
pretty neat.
They're just redone and they look great. You know, they did a whole bunch. It's awesome. You got to check Adrian out. Shout out to Adrian. Oh man.
It's just a lot.
Do you remember while we were in town, we actually drove by, we couldn't go in, but we drove by the Goldfield Hotel.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
and there were people outside and I was trying to talk to them.
And they bolted.
And they bolted so fast.
They want nothing to do with you.
They want nothing to do with me. I don't blame them.
Well, the Goldfield Hotel is one of like the crown jewel of the haunted stuff, you know, in Nevada and actually in larger portion of this country. Now, a ton of different paranormal, like ghost hunters and things like that have actually visited there because of all of the hauntings.
Oh,
so it has been on several. I always mention ghost adventures and things like that because they've visited quite a few places locally, like I have. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I kind of check it out. But that place, built in like 1907, 1908, you know, it was gorgeous in its heyday. It was absolutely beautiful. Now it's all run down and it's kind of old and, you know, things like that. But I've actually been there. Lori and I took a trip. And when I do road trips, guys, I use an app called Road Trippers.
He goes all out.
And what I do is I literally map out where we're going and I try to see everything along my route. Because I don't fly. I do usually drive. I just love it. Anyways, we ran out of gas just outside of Tonopah. And you've been there. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
There ain't nothing there. So we were waiting and, you know, AAA came and got us going again. The lady that was going to give us a tour, she also ran the saloon that was across the street.
Oh.
So she was like, no big deal. Just let me know when you get here. Well, when we got there, it was pitch black. It was me, a lady we did not know, and Lori. And just the three of us went into this grand hotel, and she just went through and started explaining things to us.
Okay, pause.
It was crazy.
You have to pause for me. You're telling me you did a ghost tour in Goldfield.
In the hotel.
In the hotel. At night?
Just the three of us. In that whole place.
But how did you know this was an actual person that was doing a ghost tour and not like
I called.
The beginning of a horror movie?
It felt like the beginning of a horror movie.
It sure sounds like it.
She was super knowledgeable. She took us through. I called, you know me. You know, I just went like, that sounds cool. And I called, like, what's the worst that could happen? They tell you, nah, dude, nah.
Tomorrow.
Nah. But she was like, yeah, come on down. So she gave us a tour of the place. So we were inside there. It was.
I got to sit up straight for this one. Okay, here we go.
So there's a couple haunted legends of this place.
Okay.
And one of them is a person named Elizabeth. And Elizabeth was like a worker of the night, I guess you could say. How do you say that? PC. A worker of the night. And apparently she was impregnated by a very wealthy, person. And
allegedly,
whatever. And she had a child. And what they said was that this person like took her and kind of kept her like captive, I guess, and took the child.
No.
And threw the child like in a well or something like that. It was something horrible. So Elizabeth stayed in this hotel room. I think it was room 109.
Oh, wow.
And there she sat. And it was horrible.
That's awful.
So, going into this hotel with this lady, she told us that this story of Elizabeth.
Okay.
And while we were in the room, she's like, this is where Elizabeth sat. And she was speaking, and it seemed like she was speaking to someone.
No.
She was speaking to Elizabeth. And she was Elizabeth, are you okay if I tell the story? And then she would start talking and tell us the story. So then Lori and I were like, we had an EMF reader with us, and it was trippy, just all the different cold spots and stuff in this one room. And this was kind of in the beginning of our stuff, so we didn't have any other real equipment with us.
Right.
Going through, we started to just say how sorry we were for her, and that we empathized, and we were sorry, and that it was terrible what happened, and we wish we could do anything to take away her pain and things like that. And all these different spikes and movements and creaks and stuff in this room, it was ridiculous. That was the story. That was our experience with Elizabeth in that room.
In room 109.
Oh, guys. Talk about, that was what really got me intrigued into really kind of going through with the feelings that I got from there.
Did you happen to hear her weep?
I did not.
Oh.
I did not. But many, many people say that they hear something that sounds like weeping.
Oh, it's just so heartbreaking.
Oh, man. There are other spirits in there too. Jumpers that have jumped to their deaths. A woman that was hung.
Man.
A violent entity dubbed the Stabber.
Oh.
And then there's also some really weird things, like something. We were at Goldfield, and they were telling us a story of that hotel where they were saying that a gentleman.
Yeah.
From the East Coast.
Yeah, from New York.
Yeah.
I remember that.
From the East Coast that for some odd reason was drawn across the country to this hotel.
Yeah. Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. And when he got there, it's not like the place was open. This is all super recent.
Yeah.
And while he got there, he actually took his own life on the steps of the hotel just because he was drawn there, and that's whatever drew him wanted him to do.
See, I stood on those steps, but I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, again, not as intense as at the firehouse, but fire museum. I was still poking up against the window.
With your little hands.
With my little hands. I have to mimic it so I can remember what it was like. Man. And I was looking around, and I was really drawn to their elevator. Their elevator really had a lot of energy. And I remember just staring at it, seeing if I would see anything or feel or hear anything, but I didn't, other than like how the hotel's name was on the steps. So I got distracted by sparkly stuff.
I can't even believe right now that you're talking about the elevator.
Really?
Whew. When Lori and I took a tour of this place,
okay,
she took us through the whole building. You remember that, Lori? And we were down in the basement. That's the bottom, literally the bottom floor. And she was and I had my cell phone. I didn't have a lot of equipment, but I had my cell phone, and I had downloaded a few apps, and one of them was an SLS, which is basically you use the camera to shoot video. And when an entity or something is detected,
mm-hmm.
I'm sure you guys have seen this on TV, it makes like little stick figures. So to like outline where the head and arms and legs are of whatever the entity is. So I'm cruising around, and there's nothing going on, just nothing. And the lady's like, well, here in the basement is where the 3 men lost their lives because while building the elevator, they'd fallen down the shaft.
Oh, wow.
The moment she said that, bing, 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 3 different stick figures jumped up right at the base of the elevator shaft.
Oh, wow.
Coincidence? I mean, maybe. But nah.
No.
No way, guys. You're never going to convince me that's just too much of a coincidence, because it's not like she said that and then she did something to I was holding my own iPhone, guys.
Yeah.
But to feel the energy shift, and do you remember, Lori, there was like that part of the wall was broken down, remember? And there was like a little cove in there that was unfinished, and she said a lot of things happened in there. I go, I'll go in there, right? And I crawled in there, and I got in there, and I was like, I was in there for maybe 4 seconds. Cold.
You said ready, set, go.
Oh, dude. 1, 2, 3, bye. It was cold. There was weird stuff. Remember, I came out and I was like, I don't know. it's the first time that I've had emotion and feelings looking at and things like that when it comes to these kind of things. And it really got me kind of going. But that place, we have to go back. You have to go inside.
Okay.
That's just it. The amount of energy there, although you need to take all of your precaution because it was everything. It was sadness. There were people who just lost their lives. Yeah. There are people who are getting brought there to do whatever, like taking their own life. That's some crazy stuff. And we need to protect ourselves. But man, I would
Absolutely.
go back.
No, I would love to go back. I definitely want to check that out. I would want to do the Goldfield High School ghost tour again, but maybe at night. Be all brave, but it has to be a night with good rest.
Say hi to the doll for me.
Say hi to the doll and, have her show me her story.
Oh my goodness.
That's the thing. I have to be willing to essentially she's a portal, right? So it's like a walking mirror. She's a portal. She's holding something, an entity. Now, whether that entity is benevolent or malevolent is unknown, right? So I run that risk. And I got to just do my best. But it would be really cool to allow myself to let her tell me her story or its story. But then part of me is scared. That's scary.
Yeah, I'm good, yo. I will hang outside, and, by the car maybe.
And Adrian told us that they do let you explore it for the night.
Yeah, they do.
And they actually help you out with having a place to sleep. Because you do need to come back out and take a breath, take a moment, because it does spike up. Energy does spike up.
That's crazy.
Especially at night. That's just the way it is.
They just had a bunch of hotspots, guys. Just haunted hotspots. The high school, the Grand Hotel, the cemetery. We went to the cemetery, but we just kind of perused a certain spots and things like that. And there was some craziness in the cemetery, strange deaths. One guy died. How?
You're not going to believe it. If I tell you, you're not going to believe it.
Oh no, guys.
He was eating glue. Eating glue. So like we said,
we all ate glue. I ate paste. I don't know if it was glue.
My real life profession here is I'm a teacher. Eating glue. And I remember I subbed for kindergarten once, and they were kids do eat glue, but it's non-toxic nowadays,
Lori's over there
But can you believe, and that's what the grave said, this man died from eating glue. I was shocked. But Arturo here is going to post it for you on Facebook.
I will.
So check it out.
I'm going to post some things for you on Facebook. As a matter of fact, while we were right here, I know you guys aren't going to get this for a little while, but I did post something right now saying that we were doing a podcast tonight, and I put a picture of the school for you.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Lots of stuff. I'll post a bunch of things and some pictures from our adventure,
And going back to the Goldfield Cemetery, another guy fell into a grave he dug for someone else, and he didn't get back out. He dug his own grave. Tragic. Just tragic. And it was very interesting that, these things were real. I couldn't believe my eyes. Also, in the distance, more donkeys, a whole little family.
Donkey.
I had to brighten it up a little bit. Sitting a little groom.
Oh my gosh, guys. One of the last places we went was, and it was just to get a drink. It was hot. And one of the last places we went was the Santa Fe Saloon. Now, the Santa Fe Saloon is one of the oldest saloons in that area. And they said that alone, there was a lot of activity there as well.
And they have a hotel there, right? I believe there's a hotel attached to it.
I don't remember.
I think they do. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But that's the way I remember it. And that's because...
And if that's how you want to remember it.
That's how I want to remember it. And that's because I spoke to the bartender.
Sherry.
Yeah. Who had a few stories to share with us.
Yeah.
So
luckily, I recorded them.
Yes. And I believe we're going to play a clip or two.
We're going to play a clip or two. So right now, guys, here's Sherry.
I've worked here at the Santa Fe Saloon for 3 years now. Over 3 years. And we're very old. We've been here, since the Wild West. I mean, we were opened in 1904. There was a lot of gunfighters and a lot of miners and a lot of people out here, and made it interesting. But there's a spirit that walks up and down this road here, and they call him the Quiet Man.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's probably about maybe 6 foot tall, and he wears a cowboy hat and he has a duster on, but you don't see his face, and he just walks. He'll walk right past here. You can't hear anything. You don't hear footsteps, nothing, but people see him walk right past her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's one of them.
I just think it's crazy that you can't see his face.
You know what's really kind of interesting, guys, is that remember the people that were sitting at the bar? They said they saw him too.
Oh, see.
You don't remember the old people right at the
No,
at the
I
very,
do.
Yeah.
It was like a common thing.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah, we've seen him.
And I'm like, what do you mean?
What do you mean you see him, man? Like that's nah.
They
come
just
on,
wait
man.
till nighttime just so they can see him.
What's
Like,
really creepy?
They looked forward to it. Like he wasn't scary.
Most entities and things, when you experience things, there's senses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not too many people visually see these entities.
Right.
A lot of the time you hear him, and I thought it was real curious that he makes no sound. You just see him go floating by the window.
Yeah, because they said he was walking, like,
but no sound.
No sound, like no footsteps.
That's the part that tripped me out.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow. And they said it collectively, that it wasn't just Sherry sharing the story, right?
Yeah. And Sherry had a little something to say about the saloon's piano.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Another one was somebody came in and wanted to play the piano, and we said, yeah, you can go ahead and play the piano.
Yeah.
And they were playing the piano, and there was orbs that were going to the music behind him.
Oh wow.
And
We had
some
some dancing ghosts.
yeah. they were getting down, they were two-stepping. Yeah, they were having a good time. But right after that, we started having problems. We had just changed the locks on the front door and got new keys for everybody.
Okay.
And everybody used their key and it worked. And then all of a sudden, the keys weren't working.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, whoever it was messing with the keys.
Trickster.
So we've had some real tricksters in here.
So it's super interesting that the orbs came to visit. And I mean, she even said they were two-stepping, which I haven't heard that in a long time.
I love that.
That really brought joy to the atmosphere.
I truly believe that those spirits, those entities, that energy, whatever it was, is joyous.
Right.
Coming to the piano and like you were saying, to have those orbs come and dance, things, that's pretty cool.
Super cool. And then there were the tricksters. So the tricksters were moving things. They got their locks changed and then the locks weren't working. She had a set of quarters placed in one place and then they were found in a different spot. And she knows that she put them there, which is interesting because that happened to you at the Clown Motel.
Totally did. Tricksters.
Trickster ghosts.
Everybody's experiences are different.
Yeah. But I think it was awesome that we got somebody to share their story with us. Shout out to Sherry. Let's go.
Oh man. And I love that area, guys. Like I really do. And on our way to Vegas, because come on, guys.
We had to end in Vegas.
Gotta end in Vegas.
It's like a big bang.
I had to get up on stage. So going down there's a lot of history. There's a lot of desert. There's a lot of things, to explore and experience. The next time we go, I'm going to take you guys on a different route because I want to go down the extraterrestrial highway. I want to take you guys to go see some other different types of phenomenon, things like that have to do with aliens and Area 51 and things like that. It's just that the area is just so rich with more than just ghost towns. You know what I mean? And things that I really pique my interest, and I want to share that with everybody. So that might be on the next one. But as far as Goldfield goes, it's pretty awesome, guys. If you ever get a chance to go down there, I know that it's been featured on things like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters. It draws thrill seekers and psychics and skeptics and you name it. There's cool things like the International Car Forest, which I will post some of those pictures too. That was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
It's bizarre. It's beautiful. It's crazy.
And they love donations so that they can rebuild things. And I think that's a great cause.
I too love donations, guys. So if you guys go back and you see my
Venmo.
my Venmo. Why don't you go and hit that up, guys? What's up?
Hey, $1 from each fan would make a difference. Send us a quarter.
Send us a quarter.
See if the trickster ghost will move them around. So is Goldfield haunted or does it haunt us?
Oh.
So with that, I just want to, again, thank everybody that gave us a little love. And again, didn't matter the amount. We really felt the love, and thank you so much. Shout out to our number one fan, David, who has made it known that he is number one. By just always sending us hilarious comments on our Spotify. So thank you, David. We really appreciate you, sending you nothing but love.
Love you, primo.
And just making the time and effort to give us feedback. We love it.
You guys should all give us feedback.
Everybody.
Everyone should, if you're listening out there, I need you to do me a favor because I would love to know who's listening.
Right.
Just send me a little something. Send it to us via email. You can send it to Espookystalk, ESPOOKYSTALK@gmail.com. Or right there in our bio, there is a link. You can go ahead and send us a message there. Just give us a little heads up that you're listening. If you dig it, if you don't dig it, if it's Doug.
If you want to talk to me specifically, you don't want to talk to Arturo, you could also go lotusmoonespookiestalk@gmail.com.
Dang. Just bypass me
Just
completely.
bypass you.
Gone. Middleman gone.
Middleman done.
You know. If you guys have questions too, I know we were talking about it before, but I know you would love to get some questions.
Yeah.
You can answer those questions on
Absolutely.
this. And as a matter of fact,
air.
I really honestly think that during our next episode, there's a couple questions that people have given me that I think you should answer.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to answering those.
There it is.
But I also want to give one last shout out before we conclude.
Sure.
Coming soon, we want to talk about Haunted Vegas.
Vegas.
So on our wonderful journey, a lot of things happen in Vegas. But we had the coolest taxi driver. Shout out to Marisol.
Marisol.
She felt like family. It was so interesting how well it's like I knew her for like a long time. And we were just vibing in the sense of we were on such friendly terms that she went and I think she smacked Arturo like playfully, like you would to a cousin. You know what I'm saying? Like with all the respect in the world, like it's like a playful tap. And she was like, "Oh, sorry. I got a little too comfortable." And it validated how I was feeling sitting in the back seat. And so special shout out to her because she told me some of the coolest stories.
Yeah.
And I've even invited her to actually maybe via phone call or setting up, the internet is so helpful nowadays that I actually want to like interview her. And because her stories that she was sharing with me were just so cool because she also has the Don.
Or we go back to Vegas.
Or we go to Vegas. Let's go. On Spirit Airlines.
Oh man, I've flown Spirit Airlines.
We might not make it.
That's an interesting thing all on its own.
It's like a roller coaster.
And shout out also to everybody at the show Absinthe that we went to.
Oh my God, the usher. Oh, I have a story, people, before we go. The usher, she was amazing. I was jokingly, but not jokingly, saying to leave the seat next to me open unless there was a cute guy that was obviously single, right? To sit him right next to me. And we actually ended up sitting in the front row.
Yeah, we did.
Because there was a cute guy across from me. So we'll take it.
And that's how they pulled me on stage to do my award-winning dance. That's right. If you had an opportunity to see it, it was a sight to be seen, let me tell you.
You won.
I won.
Congrats.
Over some young guy who thought he was moving and grooving, took his shirt off. My moves speak for themselves, guys.
Oh, it was hilarious. I regret not videoing it.
Oh my goodness gracious.
It was one of those things you had to be there. You just had to be there. But shout out to that whole crew. They were just so awesome.
The show was amazing too, by the way, guys. So if you have an opportunity to go, it's a little bit more adult. It's it's acrobatic. It's circusy. It's just a good time.
A good time.
Yes.
But the stacking of the chairs, that guy kept giving me the wink.
Oh, he was giving you the eyes, yeah. Little googly eyes.
Little googly eyes.
Little winks.
Smile. Every time he came out too,
Little
I was
winky
like,
winks.
oh.
Little winky winks.
But he was not the most attractive one. The act after that was. Womp womp.
Disagree. The most attractive act, guys, was the award-winning dancer. I don't know what his name is, but he got down, got funky.
Okay.
Oh, guys.
The acrobatics were great.
Yeah. Well, with that, guys, you guys got to check it all out. Thank you again for listening. And it is that time. So once again, to all our spooky fans out there, when you're ready to go to bed tonight, be sure to look under your bed.
Lock your closet and your mirrors.
It's a spooky time.
Peace out.